Joe likes Scorsese, and Ronan is Jewy. It's Joe and Ronan talk movies.
How come you're dead center? All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, clap.
All right.
How come you're in the middle?
I don't know. We're not doing this with Lex, so it's chaos.
You're straight on.
I'm Phil.
No, leave the pillow. Come on.
Lex could
Wait,
not.
you take the pillow?
I don't
You put
know.
it between
I
us.
feel like there's too many pillows. These pillows are so big.
Move the pillow over. You're too big.
I
feel like I'm not. Am I in frame?
don't know. Fuck,
Let me look at the frame. Let me look at the frame.
No, you're in frame.
I got to see the frame.
Goddamn Lex couldn't record today for some bullshit reason.
Oh, that looks good.
So now I'm recording this.
You're a
self-funding
filmmaker.
this.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
like
a
Coppola.
you're a wannabe filmmaker.
All right, we are back.
Finally, I've been trying so hard to record. Ronan's always busy, too busy. Did we tell the story on the podcast already about when I gave you a Holocaust book and you read it in 4 days, and then you told me you were too busy to write a film while I was holding my baby?
We talked about that on something. What was that?
Yeah, where was that?
I don't know.
I might have just talked about it on Tuesdays without you.
Oh, maybe that was it. But yeah, what is this? Which one? Joe and Ronan top.
By the way, first and foremost, first topic, I'm sitting in my house the other day watching the Boston Bruins, enjoying my life. The baby's asleep. We're sleep training. We're knocking it out of the park. We're the best parents of all time, meaning in my life. Sarah goes, hey, have you seen this? I go, what? I turn. She shows me a thumbnail. Ronan Talks Movies with Nathan McIntosh. I almost shit. I almost came to the house. I almost kicked the door in. What is that? This was my podcast. I created this. I brought you in.
This is gonna be a gotcha episode.
I brought you in. I started the show.
I had to do something for this movie.
But you had to call it Ronan Talks Movies?
I said Ronan Talks Horror Movies. You know what? Someone was saying.
Oh, that's a lot different than Joe and Ronan Talk Movies.
Can I tell you, Kate, my girlfriend, she was like, why don't you call it Ronan and Nathan Talk Horror Movies? I'm like, no, that would be an insult to Joe.
Yeah, but it's called Ronan Talks Movies with Nathan.
It's like a spinoff.
It's unbelievable.
Well, what am I supposed to do?
Call it something else.
Every show I do, people are like, when are we going to bring back this? When are you going to bring back Joe and Ronan? I'm like, I'm ready. I'm ready anytime.
I know, but I want to write a film, and you're over there writing your own film without me, and you're raising money, and I'm involved in every fundraising thing. It's unbelievable. You might be one of the all-time worst friends. It's shocking.
What?
I'm like, let's quit the movie podcast and make a film, and then you don't want to write the movie we're writing because you want to direct a movie, which is, by the way, I've told this to multiple people, and they're like, that is a really short-sighted, selfish, dumb thing.
For me to be director?
To not work on a different project. It's like me not making the movie. It's like me not making the movie with Louis because I'm like, well, I want to direct, so I'm not going to star and produce.
I'm open to work on it.
We're going to write it together, and there's a role where you would play a character.
The fat friend, yeah, let's write
the
it.
fat, dumb, annoying friend.
I'm open to writing it. I am open. You are the one who decided to have a kid, and you killed both our dreams.
And so listen to all this. So I'm like, we got to make a movie, not talk about movies. We're not critics. So I say, quit the podcast. You go on, continue to do the podcast
That's a
while writing your own movie, refusing to write mine, and asking me to raise the funds. It's literally unbelievable. I'm raising funds for your movie that you're working on, despite me trying to make a movie.
Back here. You never mentioned any of this before
I forgot.
We set up. You're like, hey, how's it going? Let's talk about this. The minute it records, I'm getting attacked.
Well, I was getting attacked before the camera was on.
Journalism.
My own project was getting attacked before.
But that is a good segue. I am raising money for a movie.
And I'm volunteering to raise money for his stupid fucking movie that I'm not even in, by the way.
Well, it's an old guy with dementia. Can you play that?
I'm almost that. One more hang with you. What's it about, Biden?
It's called Memory Room. It's a thriller. You don't know? Do you know anything about it?
No. I'm just raising money. I should get associate producer.
Yeah, we'll put you in there. You'll get a special thanks.
My cup broke.
So it's called Memory Room. It's a thriller about. We wrote it as a feature. Now we're making it as a film, a 20-minute film. It's about a caretaker.
Short film. It's called
short film. Yeah, a caretaker who thinks her patient with dementia may have committed a murder in the past.
Oh, fun. Hitchcock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Why was that? Just like a thriller, or did Hitchcock do that?
He had that movie.
What was the Hitchcock? What movie?
It was called Did He or Didn't He? 1961. Did he or didn't he? 1961, United Artists. You never saw that?
I missed that one.
Yeah, it's Grace Kelly and Hugh Grant.
But so we're raising money. But here's the thing: the Kickstarter is. We'll get to the movie. The Kickstarter is only. This comes out Wednesday. It's closed. Like
This comes out Wednesday?
Or no? What's today? Tuesday.
I have no idea.
This is going to come out tomorrow.
Oh, you're going to do this by tomorrow?
Yeah.
Alone?
No. I'm sending it to Lex. He's going to do that part. He's going to do post. But so it's coming out tomorrow, but I think it's only like a day left. So donate now, memoryroommovie.com. Go to memoryroommovie.com. Turn this off. You don't have to watch it anymore. Go there now. There's a lot of cool rewards when you donate. A limited edition Ron on Hirschberg t-shirt.
Whoa.
You could get a producer's credit if you donate $3,000. But which we have a couple people donating that.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't believe that. I realize I could raise $1 million between you and a few other people and that I've worked with. Raising money on my back.
Oh, you
of
could
me
totally.
signing things.
But you might be doing so well, people might get mad that you're raising money.
People get mad no matter what
true.
I do. It's crazy.
Well, let's think about this. Every celebrity is hated by at least half the people now at this point.
Right.
No matter what you do in life, the tension is so high, you're going to be just hated by half the people.
Well, you and I were talking about this off camera right before. I am shocked and just blown away how many people watch a comedian on a comedy show and take everything dead serious.
Yeah.
I got a guy mad at me because I was like, I flew first class to L.A. with my baby, and I was like, if you don't fly first class with your baby, you're an idiot. And people are like, this is a little short-sighted. I think most people, I'm like, it's a bit, you fucking maniac.
Are they? Yeah, I don't know. It's insane. People don't get jokes, or people just so. Like, there's no way to escape it. All right, not to get into Israel, we're not going to get into that, but I saw, there was a picture, someone
We got into it, but when the podcast was still going on.
Adam Sandler is like one of the least offensive, like likable, I know he's a likable guy.
Yeah, I know him. We're buddies.
Beloved. Somebody posted a picture of him or something, and one of the comments was like, get this genocidal giraffe off my screen. So it's like, there's no escaping. You're going to get hated no matter what.
It's wild. Yeah.
But anyway,
don't lead me down there.
I'm not leading you down. But anyway, memoryroommovie.com. Let's work on the movie too. I can work on your movie.
We'll work on it.
Yeah, let's work on it. I'm free. You're the one.
I know
who
you're
decided
free,
to have a
believe
kid.
me.
I haven't seen you in like a year.
I know. Well,
First
I'm
time I
very
seen you
busy.
was last night. You and Rosebud make me feel like I have no meaning in my life because I don't have a fucking kid.
Well, let me talk about this for a second because this is serious, and I want to talk to you. And then I'm going to get a little Ron-y.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you what it's like to be with you. What do you need? Your phone?
Where's my water?
Your water?
Oh, it's over there. That's all right.
Just go get it. They don't need to see you. Stay over there for about a half hour. Still looks good? Yeah. Okay, great.
And the audio's working for both of us?
Now you have I think so. Believe me, they can hear you. Even if this thing was broken, they can hear you. But you have a thing. This is what you do. Like, I'll talk about how I'm insecure, and then you're like, that's because you didn't go to college, so you're insecure about your IQ. You know how you do that? I'm going to do this for you. Because yesterday, all of a sudden, you just went. First of all, I'm talking to Rosebud. You're just eavesdropping.
I'm not eavesdropping. I'm sitting there. You're not including me. I'm only eavesdropping because you're not including
But we
me.
weren't sitting in a circle. We were sitting
It
three
was
in a
a
row. We were
triangle.
talking like this.
I had
It
no
wasn't
one
a
else.
triangle. No triangle. You were over here.
Sorry that I assumed the minute I sit down, it creates a triangle, not a.
Well, it's 3 points as a triangle, I guess. But it wasn't a. It was an.
I'm only eavesdropping because you're not acknowledging my existence.
No, you and I had been talking before,
Yeah.
and then
And then you
Rosebud
and
started
Rosebud
talking
get into
baby.
the-
So when we start, by the way, half the conversations I'm in with you, you start looking at your phone right when I'm making a point. So now this one, all of a
Sorry,
sudden,
you
you're
go to your
listening.
conversation about Rosebud about how no one can understand life at all without a kid.
No, this is my point. That's not what we were saying at all. And then all of a sudden you go, oh yeah, the Dalai Lama has no wisdom because he doesn't have kids. We never even mentioned wisdom. So you have a struggle. You struggle with feeling meaningless in your life.
Well, we all do.
Yes, but you struggle so much that two people talking about how much they love their kids makes you go, oh, I have no wisdom. I don't have any wisdom. The Dalai Lama has no wisdom. I'm like, we're not even talking about wisdom.
I'll be honest. You're right. I felt a little thing because you were talking to Rosebud about how you never felt love like you felt love for your child.
Yes.
And all I wanted to say to you was, have you seen the movie The Thing recently? And the question felt trivial in relation to what you were talking about.
I love The Thing.
But
I have a McCready action figure upstairs.
But I felt weird. I felt like, oh, I'm just like, you're all talking like once you have a kid, you've never understood love, and I'm just like, man, The Thing. Have you watched it recently? It's really quite great, and I just feel like an asshole. I feel like is my life that meaningless?
Yes, but mine is too.
Yeah, you just was a kid. Doesn't mean there's still no meaning.
But we weren't making this point. We weren't making this argument.
Well, Rosebud said something. She said something.
I'm sure she said something, but there are things that you feel once you have a kid. I was talking to Matt McCusker about this. When you get delayed, like I used to be like stressed about it. He has 2 kids.
Okay, so he has.
So I used to be, so I used to be stressed about flying. I'm like, shit, I got a 6 a.m. tomorrow from JFK to LAX. That's a long flight. Oh my God, I got to get up at 4. If I leave at 4, the traffic, and then you do it with a baby. And you're like, that's hilarious that I was worried about that before. And then he made the point where it's like, your flight gets delayed. He's like, what, alone? So would you have to read a book for 6 hours?
Right.
Everything gets heightened when you have a baby because you're like, now we have to entertain this baby. We're going to run out of formula, yada, yada.
It becomes this domino effect where it's like you don't have a kid and then someone has a kid and they're like, man, you think you had problems. But then someone has 2 kids and he's like, you think you have problems with 1 kid? Imagine having 2 kids. It never ends. Every kid, you're like, that's nothing.
Well, of course. I mean,
1 baby with a delay, that's nothing. So you hold the 1 baby. I got 4 kids I'm juggling in the terminal. That's nothing compared to it.
Of course. Exactly. Well, that's everything.
Well, it never ends. It's like a ladder of.
But don't you see? That's a wonderful way to get perspective in life because you could be. I'm sitting here going, "Oh man, I have 2 spots. I don't know how I'm going to make it." And then I turn on the news, and there's, a bomb went off in my sister's asshole, and this person has no fingers and no money. So it does give you perspective.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm not one of those guys who when there's like horrible suffering and shit. That doesn't make me feel. That just makes me feel guilty. You know what I mean? I don't feel like some people are like, I have so much gratitude. Every time I think of a kid with AIDS in Africa, I just feel so great about my life. The AIDS corroding his body really makes me just love my life. And I just feel like an asshole. I don't feel gratitude for my life. I'm like, I just feel depressed for everyone.
But at some point, you'll go to the doctor and they'll be like, you're going to die in 6 months.
6? Really?
Maybe. Well, maybe 3 months.
Why is it always 6? It's always 6.
No, sometimes it's weeks, sometimes it's a month, sometimes it's a year. They give you a year to live.
That's crazy. Weeks.
They gave me a year to live. Yeah.
Yeah, a year.
Or you get hit by a bus and yada, yada, boobly boop.
Yeah.
But anyways, you have plenty of meeting and you're doing great.
A doctor could really make your life. I mean, this is like a scene from Fight Club. Can we talk about movies on this podcast? Is that okay? I don't want to ruin.
Well, you have the other movie podcast now.
But if a doctor sat you down and was like, you have 1 week to live, and then I was like, I'm just kidding. I just want you to feel gratitude for your life. That would actually be quite amazing. You might not trust that doctor again, but that would
Well, I was just telling a story like this recently on Tuesdays with Stories, this other podcast I do. And
I'm doing Mondays with Journeys.
Mondays with Journeys. But I had a flat tire and I went to the gas station. I'll tell you quick because some people might have heard it. But I said, I have a flat tire. And the guy goes, well, look at it. He looks at the tire. He goes, it needs to be replaced. So does the other tire. And you need an alignment. It's going to be $480. And I went, fuck, okay, well, I just want to get there safe. I want to be safe. I have a family. $480. And then 20 full minutes passed and he called me over. He goes, we were looking at totally the wrong car. He's like, your tire is totally fixable and it'll cost $26.
You think he was lying to make you feel better? You think he was like...
No, I think he's a fuck up idiot. But I saved $475.
But it is, I will say this, it's not a great thing to say about life, the fact that we can only have gratitude by reminding us how much shittier it could get.
Well, you could have gratitude without that. This is just an exercise to help.
But I do think that is a reveal of how shitty life is. That to really get perspective, you just have to be like, well, the suffering's bad, but it could be a lot worse.
It's not how shitty life is. It's how shitty our mindsets are. It's our hedonic adaptation. It's because we adapt to all these things. That's what it is. Life is actually wonderful and tremendous. But we keep moving the goalposts on ourselves.
That's right. That's a good point.
I can remember distinctly saying to Mark Norman when we were doing the podcast, I was like, if we could make $1,000 a month each, that would be unbelievable. That would be incredible with the podcast. And now we make, twice that.
Twice. You're trying to sound like the everyman here. Huh?
And I'm like, fuck, why can't I make that Tim Dillon money? I want to make that Shane Gillis money.
Yeah, of course. It never ends, But I mean, I actually think people you tag me, you're like, yeah, you're never grateful. I actually do think I
didn't attack you.
Well,
no attack.
No, a lot of times you're like, you're always complaining, but I actually think I am.
Well, you are always complaining.
But there's a contentment with me.
Most of your, and we
you don't think of me as content?
I think that you enjoy film and you enjoy hanging out and conversing and discussing.
But I also enjoy like artistic. I have some self-fulfillment in artistic stuff as opposed to like.
You seem to always hate comedy, and you didn't want to be a comedy. We talked about this. You didn't want to be. When we talked about Rocky, you didn't want to be a comedian.
Yeah, you're right. Movie. So we've done 2 movie references in about 20 minutes.
That's all right. It's Joe and Ronnie Talk. That's what I wanted to call the podcast anyway. So we're not critiquing these films. Which, by the way, I got to tell you this story.
Yeah.
So we talked about Batman and Iron Claw. Did we talk about Iron Claw?
We've talked about it walking somewhere. Once.
Yeah.
You hated it, right?
Yeah, you did too, right?
No,
you liked it. I couldn't believe that. And Monis liked it too.
I thought it was really good. I didn't know the story. I mean, I didn't know the story. I was just riveted.
But surely the last 10 minutes you thought were insane. When they do the jump, when he has his foot and he's jumping, that was insane.
That was
and
bad.
The dream sequence thing
That dream
is insane.
sequence was bad.
Very bad. And then the kids being like, we'll be your brothers. That's one of the worst things I've ever seen.
That
in a
was
movie.
upsetting because that actually it had all the material for a good scene, but it was like over-explained. But it could have actually been. Here's the thing, though. It's still powerful just as a story outside of its artistic choices. The story itself is just powerful at the end, and you do feel really bad for him. Mm-hmm. I do think, like, if he just watched his kids playing and he played with them, that idea, you know, oh, he's his brothers now, could just be. That's the whole point of movies. You put the idea in the audience's head. You don't fucking say it. You know what I mean? That's the whole point. You let the visual make you think, oh, he's going to be his brothers now. So they did ruin that, much like the classic Shawshank moment where it's this incredible moment where we're all listening to opera and they're liberated, and then you immediately hear Morgan Freeman go, I had no idea what those ladies were saying, but I imagine it was too beautiful to be put into words.
Yeah,
it's like, what the fuck? Then stop talking.
But he's narrating.
I know, but like that scene would have been so much more powerful without that. You don't want the narration. That's not a bad example. You don't want the narration to tell you how to feel. That would have been a much better moment.
He's telling you how he feels.
But you
dummy. He's not saying, "Hey guys at home."
No, but it would have. You could have a shot of him.
But the whole movie is him narrating it.
Well, but you could pull it back a little. Pull it back. You don't have to explain that moment. That would have been a great, quiet, beautiful moment of them all just listening.
Okay, but the format of the film is him telling the story.
We haven't argued in a while.
The format of the film is him telling the story, and in the storytelling, you wouldn't actually be able to hear the music. So it's him telling the story, and you're getting the visual.
I know, but
but you're talking about Shawshank. This is Iron Claw. This is not a classic.
It's overly explaining what would have been a powerful scene without it.
But
it's the same mistake.
Shot of him growing his foot back and jumping up and down, a tight shot of his feet jumping, is one of the worst shots and decisions in the history of film. But anyways, the point is, we also talked about the Batman, and that my whole point is Batman.
What are you talking about?
Didn't we talk about that movie at one point? The new Batman movie?
From like 10 years ago? Which Batman? What are you talking about?
Isn't it called The Batman?
From like a year ago?
Yes.
But what about it?
I'm about to tell you. You're interrupting. Sorry. I'm leading into the story.
So
and the story is, I did Shane Gillis's show. I opened for Shane at the Greek Theater.
Oh, wow.
Who's there but Zac Efron and Robert Pattinson?
Whoa.
And I'm on here going, Batman's gay and Iron Claw sucks. And now here are these two men. And Adam Sandler I've hung out with. I can't do the podcast.
Oh, you're telling me I fucking hung out with Quentin Tarantino.
I know.
Had to fucking, he's like, how many episodes? Which episode is it? It's called Tarantino's Overrated. I had to just fucking like be like, it's deep down, don't watch it. You know what I mean? I saw the guy.
By the way, he never watched my film, I think, because you.
Because of me? What do you mean?
Because you told him about our podcast, then he watched us, and he saw me being like, I don't know, Reservoir Dogs sucks. Although I love every Tarantino film. You know I love every QT.
Yeah.
Except for that fucking Death Drive, whatever the fuck, that piece
Death
of
Trap,
shit.
Death Drive,
Death Car, what is it? Deathmobile?
Have I told
Death
my
Squad?
theory about that, though?
What is that movie called?
Death Car, Death Smash, Drive Car, Drive Smash, Drive, Bad Driver. It's Bad Driver. It's Baby Bad Driver.
I hate Baby Driver, by the way.
Have I told you my theory about Death Cab? What is it called?
It's called
We don't have Lex.
Death Proof.
Death Proof. Fucking Lex,
Death
you
Proof.
fucking piece of shit. You should be right there looking it up for
Death Cab for Cutie.
But have I told you my theory about that? I have a great theory about
Oh, I bet it is. I love that you preface with it's great theory.
I'm telling you, this is big.
I can't wait to hear it.
So,
Hold on, I didn't take my phone off, whatever.
whatever. Well, you can't. You have a kid now. You got to always be open. You get a text. You know the baby's gonna call.
All right, tell me the big grand theory about death ass.
So before Death Cab for Boobies, they had
Death Cab for Boobies.
he did Kill Bill Volume 1, right?
Yes,
I think both of them. He filmed
both of them. Yeah, they came out a few months apart.
So in Kill Bill, they had him and Uma Thurman had a momentarily falling out because he had her drive really fast and doing her own stunt, and she really hurt her neck.
Right.
And so she really hated him, like was really angry that he put her in this position.
Right.
So Death Cab for Cutie is actually his kind of like apology because the guy is a stunt car driver and he ends up getting attacked by all these women.
Right.
And he also represents kind of the director in the movie because he's like this kind of angry, controlling guy.
Right.
And the women have their revenge on him. So to me, that's this like personal movie.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's actually his most personal movie because it's about him in a way like letting himself get avenged for what he did.
Yeah, interesting.
Kurt Russell is him.
And has the most feet.
Most feet, which is the most personal. You want to hear another? I have two good Tarantino theories.
Is this one The Thing?
Yeah. Have I told you this?
Yeah.
Well, have I told them?
You haven't told me. I haven't told them, I don't think.
I actually haven't heard this. But like, okay, so Tarantino said that when he made Reservoir Dogs, it was kind of like him wanting to do his version of The Thing. All these men locked in a place, they don't trust each other. But the real movie, The Thing, is Hateful Eight.
Right.
Hateful Eight is The Thing. Hateful Eight stars Kurt Russell.
Yes.
Is scored by Morricone, the guy who scored The Thing.
Yes.
Is in the snow.
Yes.
And it's all these people locked in a cabin, not trusting each other.
In the middle of nowhere.
In the middle of nowhere. And it ends with the white guy and the black guy there alone together.
Kurt Russell
and the black guy.
And they don't trust each other.
Hateful Eight is The Thing.
Yes.
Has anyone said this? Is this obvious? I don't know.
I'm sure, because I brought it up to a couple people and they were like, yeah.
Oh, maybe it's obvious. I don't know. Yeah. So that's me anyway.
But yeah, no, he likes to do that. And you know what's weird? Have we talked about this too? In Election, one of our favorite movies, we have to talk about it.
Every time, yeah.
Yeah, Election or Sideways or both. Leftovers stinks. I feel like he's this like
Holdovers.
Kill Bill. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Leftovers is that TV show.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I like the movie now. It's a better title. But I feel like there's I feel like Kill Bill Volume 2 has allusions to Election. He uses the same music at one point, and then the car scene looks identical.
Really?
When Broderick is fantasizing, when he's in the red car on the way to the date with the neighbor, it's like the same exact shot as her driving. I'm like, is he using Election?
That'd be such a weird reference.
It does feel weird, but I think the music, there's a song that's like the same too.
Interesting. Maybe. I mean,
he takes a hodgepodge, but it's hard to imagine him just being like, I love Election.
I think directors are always just ripping off just different movies.
Well, steal like an artist. That's all art. I mean, what are we doing that's different than fucking David Brenner did in 1948?
Oh, you mean stand-up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Even then, I mean, this is Siskel and Ebert. I mean, like it's all pipes. I mean, the Beatles just stole from the black people and all that shit.
This is Siskel and Ebert. I'm gonna die. You're gonna die first.
That's true.
And I'm gonna have my mouth be ripped off,
removed.
Have I ever told you my Ebert bit?
No, I don't think so.
So I never done stage because no one get it, but like. So Ebert had cancer and they had to remove a piece of his mouth.
Yeah.
And they gave him a prosthetic mouth. But then he could talk. He typed and it would talk, but they used audio. They created his voice by using all the audio from the Siskel and Ebert show. Did you know that?
No, I didn't
so
know.
I just thought it was a funny bit. Like anytime you talk, you're like, how's your meal, Roger? 2 thumbs up. A marvelous experience. Like he can only talk in those Ebert reviews.
but why would his voice sound like a robot?
Well, it's a robotic voice. Oh wait, right. Well, it's
but
like
they took his TV voice.
Yeah, but it's still like a little robotic because it's like you've seen it, right? He's like half a puppet.
I did, I guess, but I just thought it would sound like Roger Ebert.
It's Roger Ebert, but like a little robotic.
Okay.
You know?
Work on the impression, but I like it. Overall, I like it.
It's a good bit.
It's a good bit. It's a good bit in the 80s and it's still relatable today. How about that Francis Ford Coppola trailer? You see that?
I gotta say, I have such a bittersweet feeling about that. On one hand, I'm like, it's so beautiful.
It looks beautiful.
It's so beautiful that he took his generations of his family's future wealth into this movie.
I think they're doing okay.
Yeah.
It's like Nick Cage, Sofia Coppola, Roman Coppola.
That's true. That's a good point. But, I mean, this got to be the most anyone has self-funded a movie, right?
Well, he did it with Apocalypse Now too. This is what he does. He's a rambler and a gambler. He throws all the money. I mean, you watched the documentary, right?
Yeah. So that's mostly, well, there was some studio money, right? Obviously in the beginning.
Apocalypse Now.
Yeah.
But I think he put down his own money to get Brando.
I'm pretty sure this is just completely self-funded, right?
Is it?
He said he spent sold part of his wine shit.
Right.
$150 million he put into this movie, which is insane.
Well, he's 85.
He's 85, but like on one hand, I think it's beautiful. I have bittersweet feelings. On one hand, it's like sad that the industry just does not fuck with people anymore. Like,
right.
I mean, I guess he did make 25 mediocre movies like all in a row, but like
when you look at his Rotten Tomatoes scores, it's not pretty. It's a lot of in the 30s. It's like 31, 17. Do you know he directed Jack with Robin Williams?
I do know that. It's really scary. He's a scary concept of that just talent just somehow like floats away abruptly out of nowhere. Like, what if tomorrow you woke up and you just couldn't, you weren't funny?
I don't know, but that's probably more likely for you. But he takes chances, I think. I mean, Rumblefish doesn't make any sense. It's wacky. And then he has these movies like the last one. There was one I hadn't even heard. It's got like 12% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Right, but he also like, he takes chances, but he also, it's weird. It's also like weirdly, his early career is so ambitious. But then he's like weirdly mediocre, almost like a hack for hire, like Jack or The Rainmaker, just this like John Grisham movie.
Even Dracula, I couldn't understand.
It's just like a lack of ambition or something in a weird way. I don't know. It's like, but it feels like he just lost something. But so it's cool that he's making this. It's cool that he's self-funding it. But at the same time, I'm like, I hope it's good.
I hope so too. Well, what's crazy too is like he's such a genius. Like he's my favorite person, and I don't just mean directors. Like my favorite person of any kind to listen to.
Yeah.
We saw him live at the Beacon. Louis and I. He presented Apocalypse Now, and it was like so meaningful and beautiful. Like he's the most thoughtful guy. And I just love listening to him talk. He talks about his grandfather or food or olive oil or the future of filmmaking. He's so incredible, wise, whatever. I mean, you can tell he has kids because he's got a lot of wisdom. And he's just brilliant. But then these movies, I want so much. And The Godfather and Godfather 2 are the most important movies to me. They're my favorite movies ever. And I also love Apocalypse Now. The Conversation I never got as much into.
That sucks. But Apocalypse Now is overrated. Once you watch Apocalypse Now Redux, you're like, it like really makes you lose respect for a lot of the movie.
Well, Redux is not as good. The French scene I really hate.
It's awful. It's pretentious.
It's bad.
But it's also like there's like I don't know, I'm not obviously Apocalypse Now is really good, but there's some bad like just kind of like Catch-22 like humor in it that's just bad.
Like for example,
the surfing and shit, and then like all that shit is just I don't know. I find that like just not that. It's like trying to be funny. I don't know. I find it weird. And then the Redux, you see like Martin Sheen trying to be funny a lot in it, and it's really awkward. Like he's like trying to leave Duvall, and Duvall's chasing him. It's like a lot of bad like comedy.
It's a mess, but the original version I still love, and it's great. And you love metaphors and allegories. It's an allegory for him and a journey.
Love a lot
into
of it. There's a lot I don't love. There's a lot where I'm just thinking like it's actually like fairly like simplistic like symbolism, and then also like. I do think the ending doesn't really work. I think he tricked people with Brando just improvising a bunch of nonsense.
Right.
But I don't think it's effective. I don't think they really get into like they get into Brando saying these pretentious things about how horrible war is, but they don't make you understand the godlike violent impulses he has. They seem completely disconnected. He's just like, war is horrible. And then he's just cutting off heads.
Yeah, and it could be scarier. Like, there's a place for like more horror. It could have turned into a real horror. Like he rolls the head and it's like, ah!
But then the next day he's like, I saw a girl's arm get cut off. It was terrible. It's like, it doesn't make sense. You can't have the hippy dippy improvised stuff about the horrors of war and the I'm a god. You don't see the I'm a god part, really.
Right.
It's like it doesn't work. It doesn't connect.
Well, and then when you see the documentary, which is better than the film, literally, it's a better film, in my opinion. But you see that, like, he's literally just improvising. The moment where he's like, I can't think of anything else to say today is amazing.
And actually, that moment, like, really... It almost hurts the movie. The documentary kind of hurts the movie.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, they're just relying. This whole journey is just dependent on Marlon Brando trying to improvise his way into an ending.
Yeah, he got fucked.
He got fucked.
He got fucked by hiring the wrong guy.
Skinner's more cult-like, godlike. Fat. When you're eating that, I don't know. It's like, and then when he's like, yeah, there's one shot in the documentary. The documentary really kind of does, there's one part where he's
gain
just like,
respect and lose respect at the same time.
Because Brando's like, he's just like, what horror. A bug just fell into my mouth. Like, it's just it's just so bizarre, you know?
I'll tell you what movie, I think we talked about it before, but I want to talk about it again because I rewatched and I love it so much and I think is underrated and maybe my favorite fucking war movie, Full Metal Jacket. People hate the second half of this movie. I think the second half is great. I understand there's not as much plot and it feels more like vignettes, but I still love it.
I'll be honest. I think Full Metal Jacket, to me, is way more effective than Apocalypse Now.
Of course.
I think Apocalypse Now is so heavy on the imagery that you end up having no real sense of, like, it's just the same idea over and over again, the craziness. But with Full Metal Jacket, you see actual, like, deliberate conditioning. So you see more ideas. There's not really that many ideas in Apocalypse Now. It's just kind of like absurd kind of imagery. I guess they're trying to create the idea of craziness. But Full Metal Jacket, it's like kind of an interesting, I mean, you know, it's a little top heavy.
The first half is certainly better than the second half.
But you do see something you don't see. Like, you do see this amazing conditioning, you know what I mean? That is pretty incredible.
Yeah, and I still love the second half. Everyone hates it, but I do love, first of all, I love the format of that movie, which I tried to make 4th of July. I wanted to be a similar format where it's just two halves and they're just, they look nothing alike. They're very dissimilar.
Right.
And I love that format. And I love the Matthew Modine character is really great because he's so, I guess I relate to the character. He's so courageous in the first half with standing up to Sergeant Bilko, or whatever the fuck his name is. And, you know, he's ignorant and he's silly, but he's got guts and guts is enough. But then when it gets down to the actual, when he's in the shit and in the battle, he freaks out. I mean, like, and you realize it's like, as no matter what you go through in boot camp and what you see, he saw a friend shoot himself. Once you're in that moment, in that fucking battle, there is no prepping for that.
Right. Well, he also, he takes part in the Fraggle rocking, or whatever the fuck it's called. The fracking.
Yeah. Well, that part too.
What is it called?
Why are you calling it Fraggle Rock?
Fragging, flogging.
Fracking?
It's like a term for it. Goddamn, fragging, flogging. There's a term for when you put the thing in the
soap
sock.
in the thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever. But you can see
Fraggle
him
Rock.
tortured in that thing too.
Yeah.
And then he has the most anger. He hits him the most times. And D'Onofrio is fucking great. Who I just watched The Player last night and this morning. D'Onofrio is amazing.
Oh yeah.
Underrated actor.
D'Onofrio's great.
The Player fucking rules that movie.
You know, I mean, I one of the things we're all over the place, but one of the things we should bring up in this episode is that I have had kind of a bit of a 180 on Kubrick.
Oh, you love him now. You used to hate him.
I used to like be annoyed by The Shining. I think The Shining is like so brilliant. What?
You're an asshole. You really are a fucking awful asshole.
What?
You literally talked about, we have a full episode where you talk about how stupid The Shining is. It sucks. It's not good. It's a bag of shit.
There's all these like, Kubrick has this weird thing where you have to watch his movies a bunch of times to really fully get it. But like,
Fully Metal Jacket.
I get like, I don't know. It's like, for years I'm like, Jack Nicholson's crazy right away, and he's not really scary. And I guess I still kind of feel that on some level. But the way the movie uses deliberately at times, not always, but deliberately uses continuity errors to fuck with your head, it is like he's working on another like dimension, kind of. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the tone of the movie is, I guess I've accepted the fact that like, I don't know. I got kind of obsessed with that movie. I'm getting really into horror because I'm trying to write a horror screenplay.
I heard, yeah. Me too.
About
on loan.
I'm writing a horror screenplay about my podcast co-host leaving me, and but it's so I've been getting like Shining. I take it all back on Kubrick. He's the best.
Have you watched yet House of the Devil?
You know, I tried to watch it the other day, and then I fell asleep. It looked
When
good,
is this
though.
tried to?
I take it at night. I take a sleeping pill. I fall asleep. It's not the movie's fault.
I'm like, you never take my Rex. I'm like, you got to watch this.
I'm taking it. I'm excited to watch it.
It's like you've been watching horrors for 6 months, and we talked about It Follows. That's one of the best movies of all time.
I love It Follows. Have
It
we talked about
Follows.
it? We haven't talked about that on the pod, right?
I don't think so.
I went through a whole. This is kind of. I don't want to get too much into Ronan Talks horror movies. You know, I don't want to be ripping off that episode.
It's outrageous. It's one of the craziest things I've ever seen. I was hurt, literally
You
hurt.
were hurt?
Yes, feelings hurt.
I just posted like a thing. I don't know.
Yeah, you posted a podcast called Ronan Talks Movies with this other guy.
Horror movies. Horror movies.
Okay, yeah, fine.
I didn't say Talks movies. I said Talks
I'm going to do
horror
Tuesdays
movies.
with Tales with Sam Morrill.
I'm doing Tuesdays with Worries. It's a whole anxious podcast.
Nice.
But so It Follows. Watching that again that is one of the greatest horror movies.
It's a masterful movie. I saw it at Universal Studios, that movie theater in the Universal play, by myself. Right before I was in the middle of Last Comic Standing, must have been 2015. I went over there by myself, watched this. I was like, I'll watch this movie. Maybe I could watch it with Chris Walsh. Actually, I can't remember. But I went and saw it, and it just stuck with me.
beautiful.
It's a beautiful film.
I think they're always saying STD. But that's like a simplification, in my opinion. To me, it's about the end of innocence, a sense of alienation and anxiety of growing up and aging, and that comes with maybe after you have sex and how transactional life can be. But to me, it's way more about that than the STD fear. Because if you watch the scene with her in that first scene where she goes on the date,
Yeah.
they're pointing out people who they're like, who would you be if you could pick someone to be?
Right.
And the guy who's already been having the It Follows points to a little kid. He goes, I'd love to be a little kid having your whole life ahead of you.
Right.
And that's really, to me, what the movie's about, this loss of innocence. Because once you get infected by this, it's never, to me, it's the greatest metaphor for anxiety and alienation to have the thing that's scaring you that no one else can see.
Right.
It creates this complete aloneness, you know what I mean? And then in the last shot, it goes back to the kids because you actually see her and that other dude, they're actually finally together.
Right.
More out of fear than like, you know, really. And they're holding hands and there's a guy behind them who might be following them.
Right.
But then it ends on these children laughter in the front lawn.
Right.
And it is this end of like innocence. It's a brilliant movie.
No, I've said before, that is the best movie about anxiety and
Yes,
panic
yes.
that I've ever seen.
It is incredible. The shots are such a work of art. There's one shot that is just so beautiful do you remember the shot where they're going into the school and the camera does a 380 around the
380.
380? Oh, no, 180. Wait, what's all
360?
360.
I mean, I guess you could do a 380. You do a 360 and then you go 20 degrees more.
360. It does a 360. And you see a window where a woman's walking kind of, but you don't know for sure if that's. But when the camera pans back to that window, she's still walking forward in a way that reveals it.
Yeah, yeah.
And so it's revealed it's just incredible. So many incredible shots.
Yeah, and it's genuinely scary.
Genuinely scary. And it's just like, it's like a beautiful, the pool thing is a little weird. It's a little anticlimactic.
Yeah.
But it's a beautiful, going back in the horror canon, the movies I really fell in love with were like The Shining, It Follows.
I wish you watched House of the Devil.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm excited.
I know, but it's so fucking good, and it's up there with those ones.
I watched the opening. I saw Greta Gerwig being quirky.
She's amazing.
She's amazing.
And
in
so
it.
is the other woman. Yeah. It's great.
No, it looks awesome. I'm excited. Tom Noonan, right?
How far did you get in?
I just fell asleep. I'm gonna watch it.
How far?
15 minutes. It's not. I was just.
Ty West is the fucking man. I love that guy.
No, he's great. I really think like. Yeah, those are the ones that really, and Rosemary's Baby, which I think is like the greatest movie ever.
Yeah, you love Rosemary's Baby. I love Rosemary's Baby. But how crazy, we probably talked about this on the podcast, that the plot of that movie, this old lady dies on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Where just 12 years later, John Lennon would be shot and killed right in the same spot.
Is it the same spot?
Yes.
It's the same spot?
It's right in front of the door, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it's 10 feet away or whatever, but it's the same spot. It's in front of the door. The doorway.
Wow. Well, people
Isn't
think
that crazy?
Well, people think that whole movie is haunted because it's like, you got the Polanski shit and the
Oh,
COVID
right.
of witches. I don't know, like it's a little Manson-y.
The director of Rosemary's Baby is right there.
Wait, what is that?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh,
He's living right next to the hottest director in town.
But you know what's really creepy? Rosemary's Baby. Rosemary's Baby. Do you remember it pretty well? Or
Yes. What am I, an asshole?
Rosemary's
I
Baby.
love Rosemary's Baby.
Watching it multiple times recently, there's all these crazy clues in it that I never realized.
I think there's a reference to Rosemary's Baby at the end of The Player.
What is it?
At the end of The Player, which I just watched this morning, he ends up in that Hollywood ending, and he goes with the woman, and she's pregnant, and he puts his hand on her stomach, and the music is like a kid singing like la la.
Oh, really?
La,
La, la. Yo,
yeah,
that's awesome.
it's this very similar music, and I think it's got to be a direct.
I love
Rosemary's Baby.
I love
The Player. I love Rosemary's Baby. Two of the best movies ever. By the way, real quick. No, you missed Nashville. It played at the Paris yesterday, Sunday.
God damn it!
But so you're telling me. You're going to watch Nashville and then The Player, and then by the end of those two movies, you're going to go, Nashville's better?
Oh, 100%.
Get the fuck out of here. Pack up your shit and get out of here.
That's insane. Well, I want to go back to
also, Tim
Rosemary Baby,
Robbins sucks. Tim Robbins sucks. That movie's good in spite of Tim Robbins. All the movies that are great with Tim Robbins, which there are many.
Good in that.
But he does that face where he's like, it's the same Shawshank face.
You can't compare. I mean, Player is good, but like
Steve Martin would have been better in The Player.
That's interesting. Nashville is like such a heartbreaking movie. Like The Player isn't heartbreaking.
No, it's hilarious and beautiful and
Nashville
spooky
like,
and thrilling.
That's a crazy statement. Nashville's the best. But back to Rosemary's Baby. There are clues in that movie. It's a little like The Shining, where you see like clues. There are clues in that movie that I've watched 100 times. I didn't realize.
Tell me the clues.
So they kind of show you the story of what's happening, because there's the story that you don't see, right? And they kind of show you it happened the whole time without you realizing it. So there's a part where after the girl who's staying with the Cassavetes, the old couple, she dies, right? And Mia Farrow goes to sleep in her bedroom. And the wall to the bedroom, you can kind of hear the couple from the other room. She goes to sleep and has this dream where there's a nun from her childhood yelling at her. And the nun is speaking in this voice that sounds familiar, and I've never realized it till recently. The voice of the nun is Ruth Gordon, and what's happening is Ruth Gordon is having an argument on the other side of the room, and that argument is seeping into the dream, and the argument is her literally going after the girl got killed. I told you not to tell her. I told you she wouldn't have an open mind. It's her telling the husband, you shouldn't have told this girl that was staying with us our plot. We should have just done it without her knowing. Once we told her, she freaked out. That's why we had to kill her. And it's just this nun saying it. It literally seeps into the... Isn't that so creepy?
That is creepy.
It happens twice. There's another one, too, where, like, it's like she's dreaming, but it seeps in. And then there's another part, because I actually think Rosemary's Baby might be the most bleak, depressing... Like, it's just, never has someone been so alone in a movie, and just every scene is just people lying to them.
Right.
It is so just bleak. But, like, the other thing is, there's a part where Mia Farrow says she's about to go see Hutch, the guy who, the old guy.
Ed O'Neill movie?
No, that's Hitch. Or
Dutch.
The guy who, like, found out that the one she used to live, the landlord she used to have, who's friend, and he's kind of found out there's a plot.
Right.
And he's going to tell her. And he's like, he's going to meet her the next day to tell her that there's this plot. And she tells John Cassavetes, she's like, I'm going to go meet Hutch. And John's like, oh, yeah, when are you meeting him? And she's like 11 at Times Square. And he goes, oh, okay. Hi, it's crazy. You're pregnant, but I have the munchies. I'm going to get some ice cream. You want some ice cream? And she's like, yeah, I'll get vanilla. He leaves. And if you listen closely, you can hear the doorbell ring. It's him going into the old couple's apartment to tell them that Hutch is on to.
Oh, wow.
And then in the next scene, like, Hutch doesn't make it. He's like in a coma. So there's all these it's like the story's always there the whole time.
Right.
It's so crazy to have. I've watched this movie so many times. Realizing the nun is speaking in her voice is such a crazy thing to realize after like 10 viewings.
Yeah, what are some other things like that in movies that you're like, oh, I didn't even get that?
I mean, like the thing in Reservoir Dogs, you always bring up the tip thing in the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's like a big one.
And there's an orange balloon. Did you know this about Jaws, your favorite movie of all time? That you see them crawling out of the water during the credits?
Well, they're in the water, yeah. Oh, you see them going and
they come out and get safely on the land during the credits.
I had no idea.
Isn't that one of them?
I never got to the end of the credits.
Like it's in the credits, way in the distance, you see them come out of the water.
Dude, can I tell you?
Safely arrive on land.
This is really creepy because I want to tell you something that's like, so.
Are you gay?
I've had this weird thing with Jaws, okay? So
you don't like Jaws now?
No.
You flipped around on
the
Jaws.
greatest movie ever. I saw Jaws every day when I was 5. We talked about that, right?
Oh my God, have we ever?
But so I sometimes have this reoccurring dream where I'm watching Jaws, but I'm seeing scenes that aren't in the movie. And I've had this many times. And I have this weird feeling in the dream where I'm like, what? There are other scenes? And I think these dreams have to do with like the power of film, with that when you make a movie, you cut out all these extra scenes, right?
Of course.
And then you just have the movie and you think of that movie as just that's its identity.
Right.
But then there's all these other moments. And so in the dream, which I've had many times, I'm watching different scenes of Jaws and feeling this weird, like, oh, the thing that I thought was completely cemented isn't, you know what I mean?
Right.
The thing that I thought was a official movie has this kind of like fluidity. And then I saw on TV a YouTube thing that was showing deleted scenes from Jaws that apparently were shown on TV. And I started to watch it, and it was like my dream. I felt so freaked out. I was freaked out watching these clips.
What are some of the scenes? What are some of the scenes you've dreamed?
The scenes I've dreamed is just like, it's weird stuff. It's like a shark in the creek at one point. It's like him with his family at night talking about the shark.
What if it turns out you've never seen the movie? You're like, the shark gets into the pond and it knocks this guy off the boat.
Yeah.
Just his leg floats down. I'm like, wait, what?
But so I've always, it's because I watch this movie so much at 5. So watching at 5 every day cemented it into my head. And the fear of something not being cemented, of it being fluid, I think that's what comes up in the dream. And then, like, you telling me that right now, the idea that there's footage at the end of that shot, which I've never seen, I've never gotten to the very end of the credits, is like so creepy to me. And this, I couldn't watch the YouTube thing the other day. I tried to start it. It was like him having a different discussion with that kid in the beginning on the beach. They're talking about something else. I couldn't watch it. It's like, it's about, to me, that it's like the fear of death. The idea that like this thing that's complete can like unravel. You know?
I feel this way about I always hated deleted scenes.
Yes.
And alternate endings was my least favorite thing. Alternate endings is so frustrating because I'm like, but there's you told the story. You can't give me an alternate ending. That is the ending.
To me, a director's cut or an alternate ending is the greatest disservice a director could do to himself.
I completely agree.
The greatest disservice. You made a work of art that is great because of its editing, because of the choices. To unwind that choice is to like, it's crazy. And Coppola has like ruined Apocalypse. The Apocalypse Redux has so many bad scenes. You're like, when you think of a movie being like flawless or something, you forget there was like other scenes that are like really bad in every movie.
And it took someone else to be like, you got to take that out.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
exactly. In every movie, there's like Don Corleone giving a really bad line reading.
The French scene, which when Louis and I went and saw it at the Beacon, we were both obviously overly familiar with the movie, and then like we kept saying like, I hope, because it was like his final Redux. This is his final thing that I think is out now, and we kept saying like, I hope the French scene didn't make it. And then once they pull aboard and they're like, who are these people? We were both like, fuck. And it really ruins the momentum because you're about to get to the fucking.
What also makes you realize the movie's like pretentious and that it cut out a lot of pretentiousness.
Right.
Because that scene ends with that woman being like, what does she say? She's like, look at you. You have so much power, yet so much hate, or something. She's like talking to him like she's talking to like mankind in general or some shit.
Yeah, it's not great. What about Fury? You like Fury?
I've never seen it. The Brad Pitt movie?
Yeah.
This is what the podcast should be, just us just rambling about movies.
I love that's what I've been saying for years, except not movies, other stuff. But Fury's great. You should see Fury.
Brad Pitt?
I love that movie. I think Brad Pitt might be my favorite actor of all time.
Really? He's good.
He's really fucking great.
That's Brad Pitt performance.
I know you think 12 Monkeys.
No, me? I think no.
Wait, that's your favorite movie of all time.
It's one of my
favorites. You think Bruce Willis is number one? Bruce Willis is in The Player. He ain't in the fucking Nashville.
I think Bruce Willis is way better performance in 12 Monkeys than Brad Pitt. I know,
but we're not talking about the best performance in there. We're talking about that. I mean,
that's not my favorite.
Brad Pitt, let me think. I mean, he's amazing in what's the Western that's 9 hours long?
Jesse James.
Jesse James, the killer of Bobby Davis.
Who shot him in the face.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is pretty fucking great.
Right?
I mean, he won the Academy Award, but he's great in that. I think he's great in 12 Monkeys. I think he's fun.
I think it's Once Upon a Time.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Worst performance, 12 Years a Slave, where he pops up and you're like...
I hated that fucking movie.
He's just... Certain actors can't be in period pieces. Brad Pitt... I guess he's been in actually a lot of period pieces.
I think Brad Pitt's great in Moneyball also.
He's great in that. But
he is fucking
you see what I'm saying?
fantastic.
Brad Pitt can be in some. He can't be 1800s.
No.
It's like when Ethan Hawke shows up in The Northman. Certain actors, they just can't.
Oh, I forgot about that
They
movie.
just can't. Certain actors are great, but they just can't. Like, Steve Buscemi can't be in the Roman Empire. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's just certain things that, like, certain actors can't do.
I was just watching Fargo this morning because that's what I do. I think Steve Buscemi never been nominated for an Academy Award.
I know, it's crazy.
That's appalling.
He should have been nominated for Fargo, yeah.
Yeah, he's amazing. I feel like we have to wrap up soon because we got the other podcast coming in.
But wait, there was something I was going to say
Oh, Unfrosted. You watch Unfrosted?
I didn't. Did you?
I watched the first 10 minutes. I realized, or 20 minutes, I realized I'm like, oh, this is a movie for kids. Everyone's like panning it, but I'm like, oh, this is like, I was like, my niece would love this. And I talked to my buddy, he's like, oh yeah, she loved it.
Let's talk a little, because we've talked, but it is very annoying to see all these comics openly talk shit about him.
About Seinfeld?
Yeah. It's like, show
It
some
makes me
fucking
crazy.
show some fucking respect. I mean, like,
It makes me fucking insane.
he's just like, it's like, even if you think like him, first of all, he was like, all he said was like, yeah, the left has made it hard for like TV shows to be made, and everyone's like, that's not true. What about this show from 58 years ago? Like, it's like
No, I got into Twitter thing. I mean, I responded to Michael Ian Black, which Luke Monos was like, you're the only person I've seen defend this man, and also just. And I've talked about Seinfeld a bunch. Like, he's like family to me in that I'll shit on Jerry. You don't shit on
Exactly.
Jerry. Fucking whoever this woman is and this other fucking person. I'm like, the guy's one of the great comics of all time. He co-created and starred in the best sitcom ever.
Yes.
And he's a fucking legend.
What makes me upset is,
And he's right. That's what makes me so
I know.
mad. It's like the dismissal of like, no way. And you're like, so you know more than Jerry Seinfeld, who is in the business and fucking has all these friends trying to make things. He's in it.
And like, I think what it reveals, and this is what really pisses me off, is certain like Twitter comics now, these woke comics who just like complain and complain and complain. They have no sense of actually comedy as an art form. They only talk about it in terms of identity and politics, and they never talk about the tradition of comedy. And if you actually cared about the tradition of comedy, the evolution of comedy, you would realize Seinfeld plays a big influence in your comedy, in everyone's comedy.
Of course.
And I'm not saying don't talk shit about him privately. I mean, I do that all the time. But like, don't
Well, he's
like,
very frustrating.
he's
but
frustrating at times, but like to publicly, first of all, the fact that everyone's ganging up on someone is always bad. Like that's
Right.
always like, do you really want to be the guy ganging up? But like to like publicly talk shit about a guy who had such an influence on every comic, it just makes you, it just shows to me that these comics who care so much about identity and wokeness and being against like any like anti-woke message, they don't give a shit about comedy as an art form. You know?
yeah, and it's just easy to shit. He's an old, rich, white guy.
Yeah.
He's out of touch. I'm like, well, how is he more out of touch than you? He's in the fucking business. And then they name, as these examples, they go, well, Always Sunny in Philadelphia, FX. Came on 15 years ago.
I know.
What about Family Guy? Well, that's a cartoon. It started 22 years ago, and people are upset by it.
Yeah.
And then they're like, what about Curb, which he addresses in the fucking thing?
It's
They just
grandfathered
watched the
in.
clip, and it's like, it was on HBO, and it's 25 years old.
It's 100% true. There are no sitcoms anymore. The only sitcom is like that black middle school or whatever. It's like there are no. You can't do that anymore unless you're grandfathered in.
Well, I got into it, not get into it, but I just had to respond and I try not to engage in any controversy, but Michael Ian Black was like, this doesn't make sense because he's so vanilla and he's never done anything that would upset anybody. And I'm like, Seinfeld did an oral rape joke.
Right.
And they also did a whole show where a guy commits suicide. He jumps off a building and George is only upset because he ruined the roof of his car.
Right.
I'm like, try putting that on CBS
Right.
at 8:00 p.m. It doesn't make sense.
And- yeah.
Like literally,
Kramer?
I mean, he does that. They did the Rhines are crossed. I mean, they did the Puerto Rican Day Parade where they're stomping on the flag. I mean, literally, Jerry says he was under gas and he goes, I was spitting and rinsing like there was no tomorrow. And then Elaine dismisses it and goes, so what? You're single. He's a victim of rape. And she's like, who cares?
What
You're
about
single.
that part where Elaine is like sleeping head to?
Oh, yeah.
That's
So what? Your genitals were still aligned? There's
Yeah.
another anal joke.
That's anal, right?
Yes,
it's
of
either
course.
anal or doggy style, but I think
Yes.
it's anal.
And it's just like crazy the idea that like Jerry's never been edgy, which is also funny because they're all arguing he's so vanilla and he's never been edgy. He literally got in trouble for comedians in cars because he had too many white legends
Right.
on. Like, he's in trouble for that.
Also, even if that wasn't true, all that, can't he just talk about the climate without referring to his own, like maybe referring to other people as well? Like maybe like even if he doesn't create that stuff, which he does, even if he didn't, can he talk about other shows not being put on?
Right.
Like, can
Brian Regan can be upset
Yeah.
about people getting. That's like John Denver, the big thing with the parental advisory, Tipper Gore, that thing back in the late 80s, 90s. What made such a difference about it was John Denver came in,
Right.
and spoke on behalf of the artists.
Right. It's like you're getting mad in your head. You think they don't do offensive shit, so you're essentially getting mad at him for speaking up about something that doesn't affect him personally, which would be a lack of selfishness.
Which, by the way, that is their stance. They don't
Yeah.
want white people to talk about police or violence or poverty either.
yeah. Well, white people can't talk about anything, but like it's
Oh, no.
hey, I used to say Jew was like at least a little bit of a minority. Like Jew is worse than white now.
Oh, yeah.
But
you don't
anyway,
wanna do that.
But so it's just like, yeah, it is true, and even if it isn't, just shut the fuck up. Like it's like show some respect for the tradition of comedy. I don't know, like the evolution of comedy.
Well,
like,
these people aren't real comics.
Yeah,
That's
they're
the
not
thing.
real comics.
They're not stand-up comedians. I mean, I don't want to name names. We can name them off. But like the people with the viral tweets and tweeting about it, they're not in the comedy club. They have no reverence for
it's
actual
the same
stand-up
people who
comedians.
so openly dismiss Louis. One of the reasons a lot of people weren't so open to dismiss him is because we recognize how big of an influence he is on comedy.
Right.
And the people are like, he was never funny. Or like, no, you just don't like comedy. What you like is complaining and doing blogs and sharing fat girls' like essays. Like, that's what you like. You don't like comedy.
Well, this other tweet, the big viral one about Jerry was like, he hasn't been funny since the 80s. I'm like, even if you think he hasn't been funny in years, I'm like, well, the 90s was when he was peak funny.
If you don't, yeah, you brought this up. If you post something where you don't think, you don't realize that Seinfeld was in the 90s, it sounds like,
Right.
then you've lost your comedy badge.
Right. And also, watch I'm Telling You for the last time. It's fucking hilarious. The Halloween bit, it's like one of the great bits of all time.
We're not trying to sound like curmudgeons here. It's just like, it's our love of comedy that is making us be like, what do you like? It's not even a political thing. It's just like, he is a big part of the evolution of comedy. And this fucking like tearing him down, those people who tear down, they have no respect for like the evolution of it. They think comedy started yesterday, you know?
Right. It's crazy, and this lack of wanting to acknowledge any part of cancel culture,
Yeah.
anything, and it's all narrative. It's the same. The right has very similar issues, but the left, it's just like, no, we won't like. It doesn't matter who says it, what they say. We are not. Nope, you can say anything on NBC anytime. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. And then they point to all these examples. Well, Shane Gillis is on YouTube.
Yeah.
and fucking whatever podcast.
He did all that. Yeah,
And he got on SNL, and it was like a massive controversy. People were very upset.
It's not, to me, it's not a woke, anti-woke thing. I actually think woke, people who make their identity based on wokeness or anti-wokeness are kind of annoying. To me, a love of comedy is somewhere in the middle beyond those two things. You know what I mean?
Of course.
And it's like, that's the thing. Like, it's like, I just think like, you're just not caring about like the love of comedy when you openly talk shit and act like he was never funny or he sucks now. It's like, yeah, but he is a huge part of like observational comedy. Him and George Carlin are such a huge part of that, you know? And he obviously is fucking brilliant and has done great stuff.
Yeah.
Just keep the shit talking to yourself.
I can hear them coming out.
Yeah,
Coming
all right.
down. All right. That was fun.
wait.
I'm in St. What?
Sorry. Yeah.
I'm in St. Louis. Can I plug too? Or are we just raising money for you, you fucking jackal? I'm in
I feel like
St.
you're
Louis.
gonna say Jack.
No, you got the wrong guy. I am in St. Louis this weekend, and nobody's bought tickets. So
boy.
come to that. And St. Louis Funny Bone this weekend, and my YouTube is going off. Lots of stuff. Check out the new short film Stuck in Park. Rana loved it. Said it was fantastic.
Masterpiece. Yeah.
And, so go subscribe to my YouTube and come see me in St. Louis.
See him in St. Louis. Obviously, number one, please, if you're interested in donating to a really cool movie, go to memoryroommovie.com right now. There's a lot of cool donation rewards. Any amount helps. We only have like 2 more days before the Kickstarter closes. It might actually just be 1 day. So do it today. Go on there. Even if it's $20, I mean, we'd love it a lot, but even if it's $20, $30 will get your name in the credits. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Imagine if you could pay $30 to have your name in the credits for like The Godfather.
That'd be cool.
This is the exact same situation. So,
You know what's so funny about this?
yeah.
Let me just point out something hilarious. Your favorite movie all time, you've watched it every day since you were 5. You're like, I've never watched the credits. 5 minutes ago. I'm like, did you know about this nugget in the credits? You're like, it's my best movie. It's in my dreams. I dream about it. I've seen it more times than any movie.
You will get your name.
Never watched the credits.
At the very end of our movie, when they go onto shore, we'll have a special. But who watches the whole credits? That's a psychopath.
Well, it's a visual. Well, anyways, we got to go. We got to go.
Well,
There's people
let me
outside the
just
door.
plug. I should also see me at Tacoma Comedy Club in 2 weeks. Tacoma Comedy Club.
July 25th, I'll be at the Crocodile
And the
in Seattle.
Oh, I got so screwed by them. And the show in Baltimore also. Baltimore, Tacoma. It's on,
Is that what you got fucked, the
RonOnHertzberg.com.
Crocodile?
Yeah. They gave me, I did a show. I had 25 people there in a small room. It was a weird door deal with expenses.
It's pretty big.
I got $25 check.
I remember. I got a guarantee.
And the feature
fans.
got $50 or
That's
$75.
crazy.
It was insane.
All right, we got to go. There's people waiting to come in here. All
Thank
right.
you so much.
Goodbye.
We'll see you
Good
soon.
night.
Bye.
Good night and good luck.
Joe likes Scorsese, and Ronan is Jewy. It's Joe and Ronan talk movies.
Shitty train, I got no sun, there's only rain, I wanna crash and numb this pain.
And that's how I felt like the prune juice that I drank today was giving me some
So it does work.
yeah, it makes you gassy, but I feel like it's getting everything out.
I had a dried fruit incident in Palm Springs
That'll
that I almost thought I had to go to the hospital because it was so
painful.
painful. Yeah, it was out of control farting.
Yeah, the gas, especially if it's trapped in an upper quadrant. Do you ever get that?
Yes.
Where you have like farts behind your ribs?
Yeah.
And you're like, I just work them out manually. I'm like, you're going out somewhere. And then I do deep breathing into my lower core.
Yeah.
Do you remember Derek's story about whatever he ate? They made something. Were you there when they were telling that story? He made
Only funny to you.
some dish. I can't remember what it was, but he said the farts were just like
Probably like
Crazy.
chickpeas or something.
see if I
Yeah.
can get him on the horn.
Get them on the horn.
Painful farts.
But they're so when
When they come out, it's great.
oh my God, when
such
you
a
get
relief.
home,
Yeah.
I gotta hear.
You guys keep talking.
Derek's really funny.
Yeah.
He's top tier.
We had a whole.
We
week
talk. We
together.
love I love friends that are not comics. That you're funnier than any
Oh my
comic
God, I
I've
know.
ever met.
I know.
Yeah, it's surprising how many unfunny
Comics are
there
comics. That
and
you-
it's also surprising how many really funny comics there are that are not fun on stage.
Off stage. Yeah. They're just bad hangs.
I'll try Erica.
It's brutal.
It's like what time is it there?
4:00.
Oh, honestly, time zones just befuddle me. I'll never
Right.
have it figured out.
Well, from New York
Erica.
to LA, it's such a huge.
Do you want to be on the air on my podcast with Karen and Sarah?
You have to confirm a story.
Can you remind us? Yeah, you already said yes. You're in.
Okay.
Remind us a story. What did Derek make that made him fart nonstop? And tell us about it a little bit. Well, there was some meal he made, and it was like crazy.
Split pea soup.
Yes. Tell us, give us some details. What happened?
So you're supposed to like soak the beans to get rid of some protein or something in it.
Yes.
And do that like overnight. And he didn't. So whatever that stuff that didn't get washed out then makes you like fart like insane. Like I'm not kidding. It was non-stop, like 3-minute farts. I'm not exaggerating. Like they didn't stop ever.
It's almost like it's so
And
good.
every
3-minute
time
farts is
he, he went to the other side, like his other side.
when he turned over, it would just reload the chamber like hydrogen tanks.
I love that he's like, I have to skip this step. And he just made fart soup. Just straight fart soup.
Wait, I'm dying. Is he around? I'm dying. I tried calling him. Bring him over. I tried calling him first.
Okay. I know. Hold on.
He knew that's what you were going to talk about.
It's Joe, Sarah, and Karen. They're doing a
Hello?
podcast.
Hey, Derek, you're live on the air with Two Girls, One Cuck, the newest podcast.
That hasn't aired yet.
It hasn't aired yet. These are in the can. Tell us about
Look out
the
for this
split-
episode in 2026.
Yeah, this will be out in 3 years. Tell us about the split pea soup incident. Describe the farts.
How come you skipped the step of overnight soaking?
I didn't wash the beans off enough.
So what happened? I'm like, dude,
I
I'm
didn't know
crying.
split pea soup.
Chickpeas can do this too.
Just like filled up with gas, like a. You know, you see like a cow and they have to like shove a knife into the side of it, like one of those.
Like the blueberry girl and Willy Wonka.
Yes.
We just roll around and just kept like farting, just kept filling up like a beach ball.
So how long was Erica farting, and for how long did this go on?
It was just me. I don't know, like an evening.
An evening? A fortnight of farts?
Like you were at Carnegie Hall?
Well, how come you were the only one? Nobody else ate your soup? Your fart
I
soup?
ate the most.
What, was it good going down? Like, did you enjoy it while you're eating it?
What?
I just don't eat it like anymore. But
So describe the fart, because Erica's saying a 3-minute fart.
yes, like no, I don't know how to explain it, but it was a lot. More than anyone ever combined. And I know.
Dude, I haven't laughed this hard in a long time. That story is so fucking funny.
Well, I love it because you did it to yourself.
It's so bad.
It's fucking too funny. Anyway, sorry to bother you at whatever time, dinner, whatever.
During election night.
Yeah, what are you
It's all
guys
good.
doing?
We're watching Swiss Family Robinson.
Oh, that's
fun.
sweet.
That's so cute.
Two girls, one cook.
We got interrupted.
And
Most wholesome evening.
Got interrupted by Two Girls, One Cuck. All right, well, we're having a great time over here. We appreciate you coming on. I have tears in my eyes and down my face.
Yeah, we miss
All
you
right.
guys.
Yeah,
all right, miss you guys.
miss you a lot. And tell Erica that Karen passed her for best female friend.
Oh my God.
All right,
Don't do
sounds
that
good.
to
All
me.
right. Bye.
Bitcoin's at 74 grand. Do you have Bitcoin, Joe?
No.
Maybe in your index fund.
Oh, maybe. Oh my God, that fucking really was getting me laughing. Good
Long
clip.
farts are
Clip
so I don't get mine vary. They're either hot and silent
Yes.
and very smelly, or they're long or grr and powerful and loud and not smelly.
I don't ever have a non-smelly fart. In
Yeah, you do.
Do you think so?
Yes.
I said that,
I've
I was like,
never smelled
you
your
mean
farts. Yes. You're very pretty and your farts don't smell. Excellent husband. No, I never smell your farts. You always no, because if I smelled your farts, I'd be bummed out. Because your farts are funny.
I did do a fart to Joe one time where I made
him.
straight eye contact.
Yeah, and I was like, you can't do eye contact farts. It's no good. She was like this. I was like, that's crazy.
That's hilarious.
Also, Sarah didn't fart in front of me because she's dated nothing but fucking idiots. So then she thought I was like one of these guys. So she didn't fart in front of me for like 4 years.
I wasn't
And
a
we were-
farter in front of loved ones.
We were getting ready for bed, and Sarah went down like this, and she just went, and like it came out accidentally. And
Joe goes, that's okay.
I was like, that's really sweet. Yeah, I was like, that's fine. But she was horrified. And
Shitty, shitty train, I got no sun, there's only rain. I wanna crash and numb this pain. Nothing will last.
two stools. We're getting crazy tonight in Pottstown. We're like little buddies. Never seen that in my life. Been doing comedy 48 years. Never seen twin stools. I've also never seen the booker of the show doing bingo. You got a real I thought the place was fucking sold out. I walked in, I was like, oh shit. We drove here, I'm like, we couldn't get a parking spot. We parked a mile away. I was like, things are picking up. I can feel my Instagram, my YouTube, it's coming together. It's been 25 years, but things are really looking good. And then I showed up. Big room. The big room was like full. I was like, here we go. And they're like, no, you're in the back corner with the mostly empty seats. I'm like, oh, who's headlining the big room? Bingo. B-I-N-G-O. I'm watching a lot of Miss Rachel. Bingo was her name. You guys know Miss Rachel? I want to fuck Miss Rachel so bad. It's crazy. Do you know about Miss Rachel? She's some of you I feel like don't have kids and you're nodding, which is weird, but she's like a kid. She's a YouTube star for kids. She wears overalls and she's like, hello. And don't you feel like the less sexual someone is, the hotter they are? You know? No? That was such an earnest. Yeah. Was that you? You know, Miss Rachel doesn't do anything for you?
No.
Do you have kids?
Yes, 3. Headaches.
Headaches? The kids? Well, it sounds like you're just depressed. It sounds like you're just sad. Miss Rachel, oh, she gives you a headache.
I'm not.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm not, but she wouldn't be doing the show while I was having sex with her. She would be like, it would be more like, you know, she'd be all like, she would dip. That's what makes it so sexy, because she's so peekaboo. Like, and she's in cut, like she's never showing skin. That's what I mean. Like like if you see someone with like a leather skirt and like heels and like cleavage, it's hot, but you're like, oh yeah, she's a sexual. But someone with like, you know, overalls and she's talking to a puppet, you're like, oh man, that's like to see her naked, like fuck me, you piece of shit. That's what I mean. That's like why librarians are hot, or you know, men. You know what I mean? Like just. So I think at some point Miss Rachel must be like, all right, get over here and fuck me, you piece of shit. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. But maybe I'm a new parent. I've only been watching Miss Rachel for like a couple months, so maybe she's like a billionaire. Miss Rachel. She's got like 3 million views on everything. I gotta just move on from Miss Rachel. But she's doing very well, is the point. And someone said she has her nipples pierced. Have you ever heard that? That's like a rumor. Yeah, that's what someone said. So, it's good enough for me. It's finished that she has her nipples pierced. I'm like, she's got her nipples pierced then. Nobody on Twitter would lie about Miss Rachel's nipples. She's hot. Go ahead. Many of you probably have never heard of this person. I want to go on and be Mr. Joe, and I'm kind of like creepy, you know what I mean? Like, just not creepy, but like dangerous. But you guys are like, they'll probably cast somebody else. They need somebody else.